Spirit is saying to be sturdy, like keep a stance on you, keep doing what you're doing. I feel like your long-term goal is going to be achieved, and I feel like your commitment to this is it says your commitment is being tested. So this is just like, how bad do you want it? Like, keep going. You're almost there. Don't give up. It's like, the stars are focused in on you. The stars are zoomed in on you. If the stars could create a spotlight, it's on you right now, right? And Spirit is like, we got your back, and that back is there pushing you forward. But you have to keep that mindset. You have to stay positive. Don't look for an excuse or a reason or psych yourself out to backtrack or take any steps backwards. Just keep going forward, because you're on the right track. You're in alignment. This is and you have a great attitude towards it. You have a really great attitude towards it. We got the Two of Pentacles. Spirit is saying to just balance things out. Um, I remember I had a sergeant that, used to tell me, he's always say, prior planning prevents poor performance, right? So it's like, if you know what time of day you're mostly feeling bad, what foods or what smells or what motions make you feel worse versus the ones that are more soothing and better. You know where you are in your pregnancy. You know where you know when you're going to take these next classes, right? You know when the next semester is, and you know how many classes you're going to take. You know the time of day these classes are going to convene. So plan ahead of time. If you need to have some saltine crackers with you and some ginger candy or something like that, so you're not feeling nauseous and you're having something to snack on or whatever. If you know certain smells are soothing and they kind of calm you, maybe create some sort of oil that you just dab on something and you smell it throughout the class period. If you're having to do a clinical and you happen to be on your feet a certain amount of time, to wear some comfortable clothes, some comfortable shoes, this and that. Just prior planning. Make sure that you're staying ahead of studying. You know that you have bouts of feeling bad, and then you have times where you feel worse than bad. Make sure in those times where you're feeling good, or those times where you are feeling not so bad, or you feeling like you got a little bit more energy, use those time to study. That way, when you're feeling bad and you have a test coming up, or you have a paper, or you have whatever, it's like, okay, well, I don't have to put myself under so much pressure and stress, because I know that when I was feeling good and feeling better, I did invest some time into studying and this, that, and the third. So it's really about time management. It's about your daily routine. Um, have a lot of Capricorn energy here. We got the new moon in Capricorn, and we got the Four of Pentacles, which is Capricorn energy as well. Not Capricorn energy, I'm sorry. The Four of Pentacles is the sun in Capricorn. Absolutely, yeah. So there we go again with Capricorn energy. Capricorns are very stoic, they're very stern, they're very poised, they're very broad in their stature, very when I say broad in their stature, I'm talking about their disposition, how they show up um and face challenges. They're very forward moving. They take their sweet time with progressing forward, but they're very strategic in how they manipulate their goals and their path in favor of themselves. So I feel like right now Spirit is saying to save time. So where you are, and then we have a lot of pentacles on the board too. So this is like energy. I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, Spirit is saying energy conservation. So a way of Two of Pentacles balancing out your life would be energy conservation, saving your time, reserving things ahead of time. So planning out things ahead of time. When you start your class, you get your syllabus. On the syllabus, you should have your test penciled in. They should the professors normally let you know when you have tests what chapters you're covering, this, that, and the third. I would ahead of time read these chapters, study this, that, and the third, make my flashcards, whatever you need to do. So if this week we're going over chapter 1 and 2, go over chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So you're ahead of the game. um and I feel like things will make more sense, because sometimes you need to see more of the picture in order for things to make sense, instead of getting things in like little bite sizes. I also feel like energy conservation. So when you cook, maybe cook for like you meal prep for the week or something like that. Or make something like a lasagna or a spaghetti or something, or a meatloaf, something that's going to stretch over a few days. Something that you can eat half now, today and tomorrow, and then freeze the rest for 2 weeks from now, or something like that. So this is what Spirit is talking about: energy conservation. The way that you do your hair, energy conservation. We do protective styles. We don't got to touch our hair for a while. um the less you manipulate it, the healthier it is sometimes. And then you don't have to be bothered with detangling and this, that, and the third every day. Energy conservation, already have what you want for your baby to do, for the week, what y'all going to be doing for the week, where you're going to have him situated, this, that, and the third. Maybe asking, if send him to childcare, whatever. Or maybe asking your husband, hey, I know when you get off you're tired a little bit, but like for an hour or so, can you watch him, um or can you do bath time with him? Can you read him the bedtime story? You know what I mean? Like divvying up those duties a little bit more, to take a little bit more off of your plate and free up some time for you. Energy conservation, time conservation. I feel like getting out of nature. I feel like you should probably start doing a little bit of yoga. um I don't know if they have like special yoga for pregnancy or what, but I'm just like a little bedtime yoga, or when you wake up in the morning, just do some stretches and things like that, just to and then just tell your body to feel good. When you stretch in, tell your body, feel good, feel better today. Be at peace today. Be comfortable today. Just talk to yourself, talk to your body, and tell your body how you want it to feel, and how you want to manage it. But I do see that all is well. All is definitely well. 3 of Cups here. Um I feel like with this, you may get like an invite out. I feel like stay in. I feel like if you go out, do things with the family, do things with people that you're familiar with and comfortable with. That way they can maneuver around you a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? You going out with someone new or something like that, or a group of friends. I feel like that is going to it may frustrate you a little bit more, because there may be considerations that they don't give you that someone that is used to you would give you, right? Someone that you interface with on a daily. They know your mannerisms, they know your facial expressions, they know your tone of voice and what it means, and they can give you certain considerations. Versus new people, right? So be friendly, be open, be joyful and welcoming, be kind, but I wouldn't necessarily engage in any like, hey girl, let's go out for lunch and this, that, and the third, right? I don't even feel like you would feel up to it. I feel like it's a possibility that something makes you nauseous, or something like um just the thought of being around someone that's doing a particular thing, or eating something or something like that. It's like making you nauseous. Like you don't feel like energetically available, or that I feel like you feel energetically exposed, but you didn't necessarily want to be available like that. um I do feel like if there's a study group though, I feel like maybe if you participate in it, it should be like before class or a little bit after class, maybe like 30 minutes you invest in it or something, but not like all the way if there's like a study group coming up. I feel like these three classes are going to go well for you, but I feel like obviously there's always several paths that you can take. I feel like right now you have two paths that you could take. I feel like you should definitely stay on the path that you're already on, if that makes sense. So if you continue to do what you've been doing, um as far as like your intentions and your energy and your passion and things like that, I feel like it goes well for you. But I feel like if you don't consider your own energy conservation, like preservation, I feel like it could possibly veer off the wrong path or
I had a little study group, or not, yeah, study group or a group of friends,
yeah.
and they recently, like, something happened, and they just started acting weird, and they said fuck me, and I said okay, because they said I was fake. So now I
Okay,
don't
so
really
yeah,
talk to nobody at school.
yeah, see that's what I'm trying to say. Like absolutely, like um this right here is not necessarily given any negative energy. So this is what spirit is like, okay, you feel like your energy was exposed, but you feel like you shouldn't have made yourself available. That's that. Right? This right here is something different. This is like, hey y'all, let's meet up like maybe 30 minutes before class in a library or in class, like in the actual physical class, and just go over some notes, this, that, and the third, or either after class or something like that. This doesn't feel like, so what I'm the study group I'm talking about now, it doesn't feel like what you're talking about. What you're talking about is the um where I say you feel like your energy was exposed and you should have never made yourself available. So if there is another study group, and I'm seeing I don't know why I'm seeing like a ginger girl, like she has freckles and like what is the hair color? Ginger hair, like auburn or orangey reddish hair. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but that could be a sign. I don't know. Maybe someone is naturally that way, or maybe they dye their hair auburn or something like that. But I'm seeing that somebody that maybe they feel like a little hesitant or shy, and they just like out of nowhere just turns around in chair and like, hey, do you want to like just meet up here if, 30 minutes before class next week and go over notes and just study a little bit, something like that. I feel like that would be okay. um but as far as meeting up, on days that you don't have class, meeting up outside of campus or for hours at a time, I don't think that that would be wise for you to do at this time. I'm gonna clarify. We got the two of wands out here. I'm gonna clarify this a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like something makes you defensive. Like you have your guard up. The seven of wands is clarifying the two of wands. But I also feel like this is angelic protection as well. Um, Again with the four of coins, so spirit is saying to focus on energy conservation, pers- preservance, energy preservance, and you won't have to feel like you're on a defense. You won't have to feel like you are putting up walls, boundaries, yes, but walls, no. I feel like you should be outspoken and speak your truth when it's necessary, and the opportunity affords you. However, I would not go seeking and searching an opportunity to get back, or seeking and searching an opportunity to defend yourself or to say your piece or whatever. Like should you interface with a new study group, I wouldn't mention the previous one. um should people come to you and say, oh, I think this, that, and the third about you, who cares? That's what you think. It's none of my concern. You know what I'm saying? Um, so just leave it there, focusing on you, your health, your um comfort, and your goals, right? Like I said, if all of the stars like, so you're the stars are aligned in your favor, you are in alignment with what spirit is telling you to do, and all the stars are combining, which is increasing their magnitude, and that magnitude of light is shining a spotlight on you and your goals, right? So this is like a well lit path for you to go down, and you're going down it at a good pace. Um, you're sightseeing, you're balanced, you're moving forward, everything is good. Don't be derailed with this seven of wands, four of pentacles clarifying this two of wands. Don't be derailed. Spirit is saying you're on the right path, keep going. But obviously, if there's a path, there's several paths, and we can easily just kind of, you know looking around, looking behind us. This was reminding me of the Bible story with Lot and his wife and his family, and Sodom and Gomorrah. And God told them, gave them clear directives like, yo, pack your stuff, leave, don't look back. His wife looked back, turned into a pillar of salt. I feel like this kind of is reminiscent of Virginia when you were in school and you were working and you had some associates, I won't even say friends, but some associates who were just, didn't really have your best interest. They were invested in the drama and what someone said about you, how someone said it was this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. And they weren't necessarily giving you good advice or feeding you good information. That this is kind of reminiscent of that. This is like spirit has moved you from that situation. Spirit has put you on a pedestal. Spirit has pulled you out of your pit. Spirit has the stars in alignment, shining their light on you like a spotlight and moving you forward at a good pace. You're doing well. You're positive. You're confident. And then here we go, a monkey wrench, right? So every time we got the two of wands, which is Aries energy. Then we got the seven of wands, which is Sagittarius energy. Now we just had a Sagittarius full moon. What Sagittarius does is it's the great believer. It makes you a believer. It questions like, do you really believe this, right? Every time we decide that we have a certain perspective, every time we decide that this is what we believe, we're going to be challenged on that, because it has to be solidified. We have to know for certain that we believe it. So as your confidence builds up and you're constantly taking the right actions, you're doing the right thing, spirit is like, okay, she's telling us that this is what she believes. um let's make sure, you know so I feel like that is what this two of wands clarified by the seven of wands and the the four of pentacles is. Spirit is like, do you really believe? The four of pentacles is saving something for later, is holding on to what you have. But in order to receive greater, sometimes you have to release what you have. It's great to save, but it's also great to open up so you can have more. It challenges your ego, really. It's like, are you going to carry these sentiments in the long run? Are you going to continue to stay in this box, in this square, or are you going to, you know, transcend up and out of the four walls, or the box that you have grown to know? And sometimes what we believe is just what we know. And belief is more so like a faith journey and not necessarily like a gain of knowledge. Belief is just um through experience. Knowledge can be just something someone tells you, someone based off of someone else's experience and not necessarily your own. So spirit is like, this is what you say you want. These are the goals that you say you want to achieve. That's an experience that you want to have. Let's see. right? Let's see. Are you going to keep going? Everything's going well with you at this moment. Is your future look like your present, right? If everything's going well with you at this moment, that's what the future holds for you. Or are you going to come up with an excuse? Are you going to put a nail in your coffin, 7 of wands? Are you going to barricade yourself in, 7 of wands, 4 of coins, 4 of pentacles? No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to box yourself in a corner. You're not going to put nails in your coffin. What you're going to do is stay on this beautiful path that you have ahead of you, that you're
I
already
feel
on. It's
like
not even ahead of you. You're on the path. Go ahead.
I feel like so I'm trying to stay motivated. I'm trying to stay on my path. And it's like I feel like my husband is trying to like knock me down. Like I don't know. So you our last reading I was telling you about everything he was trying to do. So you already know him
Mhm.
not wanting to go to deployment and all that stuff like that. They
Mhm.
ended up telling him they ended up telling him no, that he can't go to the Navy
Mhm.
because he had to get deployed, and then
Mhm.
they ended up offering him another position so he won't have to get deployed.
Mhm.
So he's doing that position now. So then right when he started the position, he's like, I want to start school. And I'm
Mhm.
like, why would you start school when you know I'm in school and you're working? We both can't have a full-time school schedule and then you work full time. The schedule is not going to work. So I'm like, come on now. Can you be considerate? Like,
Mhm.
so he ended up not going through with the school, but he keeps bringing the school back up. So he just brought the school back up yesterday and we got into a whole argument about it. Then he ended up talking about our situation, like you should never even start a school knowing our situation, blah blah blah. Like he just was saying all this stuff. And then he's like, I want to get a divorce. And he just was saying a whole bunch of stuff. But this is all every time that we have a heated conversation, it's mainly through text messages. I want to say all that. So he's
Okay.
saying all that stuff, and I'm just like, I'm trying to finish school. You know what I'm trying to do. He's just like, why do you keep trying to make everything about you? Like, I just don't know. Like you wanted to go to the Navy, okay. You switched your mind up, then it's just a whole lot. Like I'm just trying to focus on school and he just always have something that he wants to say like or do. Like I don't know. And I'm like, you just started this new job, so why would you want to start a full-time school? Like, and then the schedule don't even help with our schedule that we have now. And it's just a whole lot going on. We still having financial problems, and I'm still trying to um, focus on school and not have that interfere. Like I just feel like it's a lot of stuff that's just trying to distract me
It's only going to
from.
distract you if you focus on it. Um, so
It just keeps getting thrown. It just keeps getting thrown at me. I can't help.
it's not, that's your perspective. That's your perspective. It's not being thrown at you unless you perceive it that way. You could perceive it as him opening it up and sharing. And if you perceive it that way, it's in a more positive light to where you're not feeling attacked or like he's trying to take something from you. Him pursuing his happiness or his goals is not taking anything from you unless you feel like um you feel like his lord or something like that. Or you know what I'm saying? It's not taking anything from you for him to say, what if I go back to school? What if I do this? What if I do that? There's something missing. There's something that he doesn't even know about himself, right? Because so I pulled on it. We have the judgment in reverse. We have the page of cups. And then we have the high priestess. And then we have, again, the 4 of pentacles, right? So, um, The Four of Pentacles could represent stinginess or holding on to something so tight. So I feel like in your case, this is holding on too tight, right? Holding on to the norm, holding on to the four walls, holding on to what you know, holding on to what's familiar, because and so I don't want you to mistake comfort for familiarity either, right? You can be familiar with something and be so uncomfortable. It doesn't matter what y'all schedule is right now. It still hasn't been working. It never has been working, right? Because we talk about these same things all the time. And so y'all take 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, 3 steps forward, 6 steps back. So this is the game that has been going on. If you and so let's go back to this Four of Pentacles and the comfort zone, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
familiar with the four walls, but it's not comfortable. So it doesn't matter if you go to school, he go to school, he work full time, you stay at home or whatever. It wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter if the schedule stays the exact same or if you change it and try something new, because the scheduling is not comfort anyway. It hasn't been working anyway. It's just familiar to you. And with all of the other changes that you have gone through in less than a year, think about, you haven't been there a whole year yet. And think about all of the changes that have been happening. It's like you're trying to hold on to something like that's not going to change. Something that you can count on, something that you can rely on. But it's not really reliable, it's just familiar. You just know for a fact that this is what it is. And that's no good either. Let that shit go. Let that man enroll in school and take them classes, and he's either going to complete it and be successful or he's not. And either which way, it's okay. All is well and as it should be. It's not going to interfere with anything that you have going on, because you're not going to allow yourself to be caught up in some bullshit. You're not going to allow yourself to turn your head to the side and veer down some other little rinky dink path. You are going to continue to go to school. The baby is going to continue to be situated wherever he's going to be. And you let your husband party and bullshit, pursue his happiness, and who knows? The nigga might go to school and enroll in some classes and it might turn out just fine. It might not even be an interference. Sometimes our consciousness gets in the way of what spirit is trying to lead us. Just like you have a heart pull, something tugging on your heartstrings to go to nursing school, graduate, and be a nurse, he has something tugging at his heart. The only difference is, your path is illuminated. He's still trying to find it. He's still trying to realize. He may take these classes. He may not even take the classes. He may not. He may realize, you know what, that was just a little 2 week phase that I was going through. I don't really want to go to school. Or he might be like, I'm about to do this. And he might change his major 5 or 10 times. Let him. Everybody has to pursue their happiness. Everybody has to follow their heart. Everybody has to align their heart and their mind. Everybody has to do that in the lifetime. And what you don't want is to continue to fight him on what he's trying to do, and there build up a resentment with this 7 of Wands on the board next to this 4 of Coins. There's a resentment. There's constant conflict. And then when I told you earlier about the 2 of Coins balance, and I told you my sergeant used to say, prior planning prevents poor performance. Prior planning prevents poor performance. Prior planning prevents poor performance. So if this is what he wants to do, There should be something that y'all discuss that's like, hey, okay, if this is really what you want to do, I think you should sit on it for a minute and then come back. And if it's still in your heart, you still want to do it, let's come up with some plans of action. These are the four walls that we are familiar with, not comfortable, familiar. How can we escape room this? How can we escape? That is what it is. The four walls is familiarity, but we need to get up out of here because there's greater on the other side. Let's let's escape from this. Let's come up with a plan of action. Let's find these clues, these signs and synchronicities, and figure out how to get on the other side of this wall. Maybe we go through the ceiling. Maybe we do that. Maybe we drop egos. Maybe we stop texting each other shit because we always argue when we do. Every time we let's be adults.
I said that, but I don't understand why you gotta. I said, why can't you just talk to me and have a conversation like an adult? Why do you have to text me? Like that makes no sense. And then later on, act like nothing happened. Like what?
Are y'all still going to couples counseling?
Yeah, we had to. I had to reschedule our appointment because he had that new job, whatever. But we have an appointment coming up. But um, I it is
Spirit is saying judgment in reverse. That nigga is still trying to find. You know what you want to do. Okay? You know what you want to do. You've known for a while. He has no idea. And a lot of the stuff that he's doing for other people and fear based. He wants to go in the military for his family. He wants to marry you because he don't want you to go nowhere else. You know, he making try to make sure I went in the military for my family, make sure my family stay. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want he doesn't want to get deployed. He's afraid of that. So let me change um my job. Let me do this. Everything is for somebody else or fear based. So he has not really come to himself. He's not really facing himself yet. Judgment. Um there's things under the surface, and I feel like there may be like I feel like his talents, some sort of skill, some sort of gift that he has that he hasn't even discovered within himself. I feel like there may have been times where this gift or talent has um revealed itself to him, but I don't feel like he really grasped the greatness of it. Like there, you know what I'm saying? There's like
yeah,
you know how you can be friends with somebody and you never knew they could sing, or you never knew they
yeah.
could draw, or I feel like that's kind
He
of
could really draw. He's a really good. Like he
right.
draws really good, but I don't know.
There's something within him that's just gifted, and he hasn't. I feel like every once in a while it will reveal itself, but he's not grasping how great it is, how essential it is. He may think like, oh, this is just, oh, this oh, that's nothing. Like when, so I'm a really great writer, right? I write really great stories, really great poetry, even technical writing. Like I can write a paper like nothing. You know, people used to pay me to help them out in college. Used to pay me to help them out, and I'm like, oh, this, whatever, and I would never revise a paper. I would never revise and edit a paper, and I would be getting A's in college. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And they're like, oh, this was a really great paper, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I wrote that 2 hours the night before it was due. So that's like it's like a gift that I have that I don't necessarily appreciate, but other people are like, wow, I
Yeah,
feel like that's kind of something that he has going on with this judgment in reverse. There's things under the surface that he hasn't even scratched the surface, right? Let alone dug it up. And so I feel like him coming up with these rash ideas, like, just, it's really like other people and fear based. There hasn't been like a grounding and just a peaceful stillness where he's like, oh, I got a bright idea. And that's the frustration when he's in the, that's the frustration that you feel, because believe it or not, you're in tune with him, with the page of cups next to this high priestess. You kind of feed off of his energy and reflect it back to him. And I think because you not necessarily know how to transmute it yet, it's like you matching his energy. So it's like, um the brassness and the um what word did I just use? It was a perfect word for it. um let's say he had a bright idea. Instead of a bright idea, he comes up with these rash ideas, right? Rash thoughts.
Mm-mm.
That is showing up in him as like just like a whirlwind of bullshit. But to you, it's a frustrating and a frustration and a nag, right? And so y'all are clashing in that sense because he hasn't learned how to silence himself and come up with a bright idea, and you haven't learned to transmute his energy. You're taking it in, you're open to it, you're absorbing it, but you don't necessarily know how to release that and transmute it. And like, you kind of, so it's like y'all don't necessarily know how to, like, y'all aren't really dancing in a flow together. It's like y'all both have two left feet and y'all are partnered up and y'all are trying to learn a dance that you've never even seen before. So and yeah, and that's what this marriage is. But I feel like it can come together and be beautiful. I think that you guys need to drop into love immediately when shit like this happened. If he's texting you all of this, that, there's no need to respond other than in a loving manner, right? um Babe, I hear you, let's talk when you get home. I know you're going through some shit or whatever. Let's talk about it over some dinner, or let's just marinate on it, think about it a little bit more, and then when you come home, I'm all ears. When you get home, I'm all ears. Something as simple as that. The
And that's crazy. That whole entire argument, and at the end, that's what he said.
What he say? He said he'll talk
Let-
about it when you get home.
let's talk about it when I get home. We can go get something to eat.
And that
Like
should have been talked about. That should have
what?
been the first thing said. Um,
Exactly.
but it could have, but listen, exactly. He's wrong, but that could have came. I ain't gonna say he wrong. He's aggravating, he's annoying. I know it. Right? You telling me
Yes,
what he got going on. I know it. But
he's really annoying.
you can add a little bit more love in there too. You could say that like, why are we talking about something on the phone? We could talk about it later.
I
Da-da-da-da.
said that,
I
but
know
that
you
I
said.
think I said it after the fact, though.
I know you eventually came around to saying that. But let's be real, cause like I said, both of y'all take turns throwing darts. Both of y'all
Yeah,
do. When it comes to the verbals, y'all do.
yeah,
So just, and if you're texting, I don't like the fact that y'all text all the time and you know that's how y'all arguments get heated. If you know that, stop texting. But if you're texting, that gives you more opportunity to choose, to make the
yeah.
choice, to make the decision. Four of Pentacles is decision making. High Priestess next to this Page of Cups is choosing love, choosing the higher road, t- tapping into your intuition, your higher self. What would Jesus do? If nothing else, what would Jesus be like? I freaking turn the other cheek. That's what you know what I'm saying? It gives you ample opportunity all the time in the world. Time. Four of Pentacles, time. Capricorns rule time. Time to stop and say, am I going, if you have to go to your notes and type out all the names you want to call this man, right? All the unholy things you want to say to him, and then delete it, and then go back to the text and say, babe, I love you. I know you're going through a lot. I hear you, but just think about it a little bit, and then when you get home, let choose love, choose to minister to him. And then I remember in a past reading, Spirit told you to say absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and I
Remember
was
that?
thinking
You
about that
remember?
as I was. Yeah, I was thinking about that as I was typing, but I think I said absolutely nothing. Like when he said he wanted divorce, I said okay. Like I didn't like feed into it. Like okay, I don't care about. Like I didn't feed into that part. I just was like, that's I don't I didn't really feed into it that much. But I think the whole thing came about because like the whole argument. I think he was angry about something else that I told him like earlier this week, so he like took that and made it something too. So uh,
Okay. Well, I'm glad that y'all are sticking with the couples counseling. Um and I'm glad that you are remembering what Spirit has told you, right? It's going to, like, I'm not holding your feet to the fire. I ain't making you walk on eggshells, none of that right there. I feel like when you are used to a certain pattern, a certain way of life, like I said, familiarity, you trying to make a change. Sometimes you're going to take a few steps forward and sometimes you're going to take a few steps back. It's okay. Spirit is like, have some compassion with yourself. Have some, but the same compassion that you have with yourself, because you're forward moving, you're trying to do better, and sometimes we fall short. The same compassion you have for yourself, the same compassion you want someone else to have for you. Like, okay, I see she's trying to grow, I see she's trying to move past this, that, and the third. Give that same consideration, that same compassion to the other person, which is your husband,
but what if
right?
he's not?
Huh?
I said, what if he's not?
It don't matter. It don't matter, because somebody could look at you and feel like you aren't where you're supposed to be. This is so talking about myself again. I ain't gonna say no names, but there's a person in my life that I love very much. And I remember a few years back, it's like, because we beat ourselves up enough. You don't know how much, and with this judgment in reverse next to this page of cups, you don't know how much internal conflict this man may have. He may beat himself up a lot and never let you never know it. Cause that's not what you're searching. You're not searching the depths of him. You're searching the superficial things, the actions, what he do. Now, yeah, your actions are heart and mind based, but if there's a misalignment, then how honest are your actions? How reflective are these actions of what's truly going on inside? So I
Right.
remember this person that I really, really, really think highly of, highly esteem, love dearly. Um, at a point where I was depressed, I was trying to self cope with wayward ways, right? And I was just really beat myself up every time on the inside. And people don't really see that, because they see is, oh, I'm a strong person, confident, whatever. That's what they see. This person was like, you know what? I really thought that you would be further along in life than what you are right now. And I was like, what? Like, it came out of nowhere. Matter of fact, it didn't come out of nowhere. We was talking about someone that I went to school with, and recently had some updates about this guy or whatever, him and his wife, and how well they're doing, this and the third. And this guy is somebody that I basically put through school, like like, as far as helping him out, studying this, that, and the third. Oh, well, he has his plenty of degrees now, and I think at least two, and doing just very, very well, very prosperous, very wealthy in life, just looking like a healthy, happy life, right? And we got this update about him, and it was just like a sweet moment. Like, dang, I went to school. I remember we lost touch, we're not friends anymore, but you just hear someone doing well, and it just really, it brightens your day. And so right after that update, and we were just like, happy about that, this person looks at me and is like, you know what, I thought you would be further along in life. I thought you would be married by now and have this many kids and stuff like, and it really hurt me. It really, really hurt me. That person's
Yeah.
perspective of me was that, um and wow, like, I feel like I probably still need a little bit of healing from that, right? Because it's making me emotional now. That person's perspective of me was as if I'm not trying, I'm not doing what they feel like I should be doing, I'm not whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? um but in my mind, I was like, yo, I just got out of a horrible relationship. This man was just basically playing with me, cheating on me the whole time. Moved the girl down here on my birthday, all this type of stuff, right? Just went through having an abortion with him, and all of these things. As far as school, I had dropped out of school, or I took a break from school because I was really depressed, stuff like that. And this person just, and so I'm like, yo, I'm going to I was self-coping. I took the steps and initiative to go get help, professional help. I was working full time and overtime, so it's like I had money coming in, trying to manage my all this other stuff, and I was like, "Dang, you don't see these things that I'm doing to try." It's like I'm not gonna let everyone in and let them know everything that all the thoughts that I have, everything that I do to try to just maintain living. At that point, it was like I just want to live. I just want to see tomorrow without attempting to take myself out of here. That's how dark my life was. And for you to just be like, "Oh, I don't feel like you're that far in life as where I think you did." I'm looking like, well, damn, you know? And it's there's a lot of compassion that I give to people. Like, I give people a lot of love and a lot of kindness that I don't necessarily receive back. Considerations that people hold me to a standard that they haven't even achieved for themselves, as far as confidence and strength. To just, bully, abuse somebody, verbally just say things that is not positive, but you say it anyway because why not? I just really need to get this off my chest. I just really need to say this to you. You don't have to say shit to me. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say anything to anybody. That's your perspective. And your perspective says a lot about you. And the fact that you have to spew this out to another person, why? Why? What are your intentions? Do you think that's motivational? Do you think that's inspiring? Do you think that it's loving, it's kind, it's gentle? Do you think that it's peaceful? Do you think it's Christ like? Do you think it's highly exalted, it's glorious, righteous? You can't possibly think that. Can't possibly. So, and then there may be another person in the same so in that same time period of my life. I have this one person telling me, I thought you would have been further along in life than what you are. In that same time period, I have other females who I love and care deeply about, jealous of me, because they feel like I have more than them. Because they feel like I'm stronger and confident than them. They feel like I'm more easy, I'm more peaceful than I'm they feel like I'm further along in life than them. So you see how perspective goes? Two people that I love with the same amount of heart, that I care deeply about, have two total different perspectives of me, and neither one of them really knew the reality of what I was going through just trying to get to tomorrow. Just trying to get to somewhere. That's how I ended up. I manifested a car accident. My first car accident ever. I manifested it because I used to think about how I could take myself out of here without, but with making it look like an accident, making it look like I didn't do it intentionally. Um, I didn't want to shoot myself because I didn't want someone to find me like that. And then who would find me like that? Would it be my mom? Would it be my sisters? Would it be who would find me like that? You know? So I used to think when I'm driving, I used to be like, I'm going to veer off the road and just hit a tree. Well, I didn't have to. A car made fell asleep at the wheel and made a turn and hit me. My car flipped over so many times and I walked out of that bitch without a scratch. That's what Spirit was like, oh, okay. You want an accident? Well, we'll show you. We're going to show you how essential you are in this lifetime. We're going to show you how necessary you are in this lifetime. We're going to show you. That's how I manifested that car accident. Totaled my damn car, almost paid off. Totaled it. Cause that's how down I was. In that same time frame. So you can choose to show compassion. You can choose to be loving, to be kind, to be gentle, to be a comfort, to be a shoulder, to be a hand, to be a support system. You can choose that because per your perspective, it doesn't matter because everybody's looking at the same mountain from different sides and different eye levels, different altitudes, right? Same mountain. The mountain is life. And we're all at different altitudes. We're all on different paths on that same mountain, passing by different trees, different rocks, on different sides, but it's the same mountain. So your perspective is what you choose it to be, what you choose to focus on. Two of Wands. Got some binoculars in your hand. You want to magnify someone's, downfalls, the negative attributes of them, the unfavorable experiences that you have with them? Or do you want to magnify the good times, the good things, the potential, the possibilities, the opportunities, the positivity, the forward motion? It's what you choose to see. It's what you choose to see. The person that was jealous was operating out of negative energy, but at least they chose to see the goodness in me, the parts of me that they wish that they could achieve in themselves, versus the other one chose to magnify what I didn't have. And those things that I didn't have, those are things that that person valued. I don't value traditional marriage. I don't. I think it's beautiful for people who want that, but I don't want to go to a courthouse or to down an aisle at a church. I don't want to do that. Do I want a life partner? Yeah, that would be nice, but I value different things. I don't value a 5 bedroom, 6 bath home, 300 square feet home. I don't value. That's not what I value. I don't value expensive cars and expensive jewelry. This 4 of coins, it could be materialism as well. Well, we don't have everything that a person should have if they're in the military, or because some people think military people are just so rich. Y'all make the same thing regular people make. It's just y'all don't have to pay some of the bills that regular people gotta pay. And that's it. And that's like a myth of finances about military folk. And I know
Right.
I'm on like a soapbox right now. I know I'm yapping and yapping, but I want to make it very clear and paint a picture that our perspective, it as vital and essential as it is, it's really not. Right? It's really not. Because somebody can see something, someone could be observing the same thing as you and see something totally different. So, what you choose to see and how you is what you choose to see is important, but how you access that information is very, very important. It's very, very important because if you choose, think about it. I know that you've had somebody that didn't like you just because someone else said something negative about you, and you're like, well, wait a minute, you don't even know me. Yeah, but I
Right.
know her, and she said this negative thing about you. It's like, girl, shut up. Like, please, you don't know me. I don't care what she said. She don't even know me like that for real. She just going off of one interaction with me in a stressful situation. I had one interaction with her under stressful situations, and now she didn't even present herself all that well. And she has the nerve to tell you about me, and now you don't want to be friends with me? You don't want to do business with me? That's crazy. So how you access some information is very important. Are you praying? Are you tapping in? Are you giving yourself breath in between? Are you consulting? You going to counseling? Are you running things by this person? You clearly trust them to let them in on your marriage and give you marriage counseling. Um, you know, are you reading books about this, that, and the third, or these topics, or this discussion? How are you accessing your information? Are you getting it from your emotional bank? I remember the last time you and I talked about this, I felt like this. And you immediately, that's what trigger is. You're
Mm-hmm.
accessing information from emotional distress, from emotional turmoil, emotions that are familiar to you because you're so used to feeling this way about this situation. Find a new experience. Seek the high priestess. The high priestess. The high priestess is coming in front of the Four of Pentacles. The high priestess says, whatever you seek, you shall find. You know how they say, fuck around and find out?
Mm-hmm.
That's the high priestess. Whatever you seek, you find. So if you're looking for the bullshit in him, if you're looking for the aggravation in him, that is what you're going to find. Learn how to transmute his energy. If he's coming to you flustered, unstable, spewing this, that, and the third, 1,000 ideas at you, and you're like, nigga, what? Give yourself a moment of breath. You breathe. Give yourself a moment of pause. And while you're giving yourself a moment of pause, he has no choice but to stop, but to halt, but to pause. Because you're not about to let him disturb you right now. You put that do not disturb sign up in your aura and you tell him, I can't with it right now. But baby, I love you. I'm gonna get back with you. Be supportive. Spirit said to say nothing and be supportive. That was I don't can't remember which reading that was, but I know it was a recent past. Spirit
Mm-hmm.
say nothing and be supportive. So with that energy, there should be no argument about him going back to school because Spirit said be quiet and be supportive. So you should just let him have that shit. That's exactly what it is. When Spirit say be quiet and supportive, it's the same thing as you got it. I'm just gonna let him have that shit. I mean, that's what he want to do, girl. Okay, that you know what I'm saying? Let him find this
Yeah.
judgment in reverse with this page of cups. Let him find. Let him figure it out. Let him find it. And I feel like right now the throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks may guide him to what actually sticks. He may actually find his niche, like his thing, his it. He may find his the key that's going to open up that flow for him. That's going to illuminate whatever gift that he has. Honestly, just let him figure it out. Like, Spirit, I think that's why Spirit said before with the Seven of Wands that you were divinely protected. I feel like the sun got your back. And it may feel hot back there, it may feel heat, like, your back getting soggy because it's hot. That's the sun shining on you. That's the sun saying, girl, keep going. We're not going to leave you out in the cold. We're not going to dry up everything. We're not going to rain on you. We're not going to storm on you. We're not going to make it snow and you got to walk uphill, downhill, 30 miles. You know how the old folks used to, oh, back in my day, we're not doing that. We're illuminating the path. We're keeping it well lit. We're purging any impurities, any second thoughts, any second guessing, any being unsure of yourself, any insecurities. We're purging all that shit. That sun behind you is like, this is the confidence you need. When I look at you and I see that sun beaming up behind you, it looks like a crown. It looks like a halo. It looks like, you've been kissed by divine. Right? And it's just like a little heat on the back of the neck. Keep pushing. It's not going to interfere with nothing you have going on. Spirit is not going to let it. As long as you focus on forward, as long as you focus on progress, choose to show this man support. Choose to show this man some compassion. Even if your perspective is saying he ain't doing shit. He aggravating as fuck. He ain't changed a lick.
He don't. I know. Yeah. I
Yeah,
just. I'm just. I don't have it in me.
you do have it in you.
I'm just over the whole.
You're not over it. You have it in
I
you. You have it in you.
I could, but I don't.
Watch what you say.
I just don't.
Watch what you say. Watch what you say. In this moment, choose to breathe. Because this is a dagger that you throw. You may not be saying this to him, but energetically you are, because we're tapped into his energy. So just because he has come with the bullshit don't mean you have to be on that same bullshit. You don't have to focus on that. You don't have to focus on if you have it in you or not. You don't have to focus on if you feel like doing it or not. You don't have to focus on that. The only thing you have to focus on is I'm making progress with school. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling myself when it comes to school. How you was talking about that when you got on the phone? Yes. Yes. All of that. Yes. 1,000 times yes. That's what you have to focus on. What you also have to focus on is I'm giving everybody the same compassion, kindness, and consideration that I want for myself. You do not have to focus on if you have it in you or not. You do not have to focus on if you feel like doing it or not. All you have to focus on is a show of support. How your angels and spirit guides are showing a support of you by illuminating behind you, lighting your path up. Just like when I'm at work and them inmates get to inmating, I get on that radio, I'm calling for a show of support. When I used to work at the mental health hospital and them people get to mental healthing, going into crisis, everybody at one time, and they want to throw up a hand or two, I'm on that phone calling for a show of support. Because when it's a gang of us, when we move in numbers, your crisis die down a little bit. You think a little more righteously when it's five, it's six, seven, eight of us versus just one on one. And that's how you have to think. I just have to show her support. That's what he trying to do. Okay, show her support. Not, I don't think I got it in me. We don't have to think about that. We don't have to focus on that. Because that is going to be your distraction. That is going to be your deterrence. That is going to be that alternate path, that veering off the road. And I feel like all of this is related. I feel like it goes hand in hand. Your commitment is being tested. I feel like that. This Four of Pentacles, going back to you, this is just like holding on, hoarding things. Perspectives that you don't even have to, that's not, you don't have to formulate a feeling about something. You don't. You could really just feel no type of way about it. I was talking to my friend about this earlier. Certain jobs are real dirty. Certain real dirty. But people do them. You don't have to say, I don't know if I would have it in me to do that job. I don't know how I would feel if I had to XYZ. If I had to be in the military and get deployed and shoot somebody that I don't know, I know absolutely, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. Who cares? Right? Some people don't know if they could do what I do. Some people don't know how they would feel about working in even working in a prison. You have some people who look up the inmate and their charges. Some people like, I don't want to look it up because I feel like I want to treat them different. That that's going to keep you in a cycle that you don't want to be in. It's going to keep you in a cycle. You don't have to formulate a feeling about it. You don't have to see how you would feel. You don't have to formulate scenarios. Focus on something else. Why why are you trying to figure out if you would want to do my job or not? Your heart has never tugged at you to come work at a prison. My heart has never tugged at me to join the military. You know,
Yeah.
your heart has tugged you, is pulling you to be a nurse. Your heart has never pulled you to be a expert shooter or to go be a skydiving instructor. So you're gonna think, skydiving instructor. I wonder how I would feel if I had. Girl, who cares? I don't know if I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I have it in me to. Don't focus on that. Spirit said to be a support. Spirit said be silent and be a support. That's it. That's it. A show of support. If I hear someone call a code on the radio, I'm not thinking about, did this person greet my day when I clocked in today? Did this person step on my shoes that I spent all weekend trying to shine? Did this person take a parking spot, beat me to a parking spot when we both pulling up to work and we got 5 minutes to park and clock in? I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking I'm going home the same way I got here, and so are you. You
I
are
think
too.
that's I think that's what it is.
That's it.
I
I
can't. It's like I think about all the stuff that he be doing, and I just don't. I just don't want to do it. That's what it is. I think about what he did that day, what he did earlier. Yeah, that's what
and
it
that
is.
that time that time that you're thinking about all that, you could be studying for school. You get me? That
I don't
time
even
that
be thinking. The only time I be thinking about it is if he come, if he just don't do something. Like that's the only time, like where he just come bothering me. Like I really just don't even want to think about him at all. But it's just like he's there, not doing nothing. So
he's not
got no
doing
choice.
anything.
Got no
Okay.
choice but to think about it.
Okay. So right now, what I'm hearing you say is I'm going to relinquish accountability and choose to feel how I feel. I have no choice. This is out of my hands. I can't help it. That's like relinquishing accountability. That means you have no control over your mind. But I know you have control over your mind because if you didn't have control over your mind, you would not be making progress in school the way that you are. You would not be exuding so much confidence the way that you are. You would not be passing these tests and getting high grades the way that you are. And how much studying are you really doing on these tests? But you're still passing them and making high grades, right? So I know that you have control over your mind. I see it right here in the cards. Spirit is not telling you to do anything extravagant, anything extraneous. Spirit is saying just balance out the day. Just plan ahead a little bit. That's all Spirit said. And with that being said, especially with this high priestess on the board, I know that you have more control over your mind than that. I know that you are better than that. I know that you absolutely can choose. You can decide. You just don't want to. And want to stretches a long way. Want to goes a long way. Want to goes a really, really long way. So you need to dig deep within yourself. The way I said that he has unrealized um goals and desires and things like that. He has not uncovered his heart. His heart is buried, and he has yet to tap into the full potential of his gifts and his talents and skills. I feel like you have buried um what is the origin of a thought or the origin of belief. I feel like there's something else. I don't feel like you don't love your husband. I don't feel like you don't care. I don't feel like you're inconsiderate. I don't feel like any of those things. I feel like there's some sort of hurt or some sort of ache that you have not addressed or acknowledged, because there's no way that and then two, like I said, with this seven of wands, you want to be on the defensive. You want to hold on to things and save them for later. um be on the defensive about and that defense is, well, if he's saying this, if he's doing that, then all of these things that's happened before. Four of Pentacles is on the board three times. I'm going to go back to my memory bank and pull up all of these things that I've saved for later.
It's not even. It's like, how can I not if it's still going on in the present?
You
Like
can
you
focus your
can't. You
attention on
can't.
something else.
How? I don't know what else to focus. I mean, I'm focusing on school. I'm focusing on other things, but I cannot not focus on it because it's still going on. Unless I'm not, like, unless I'm just
Do
not
you
around. Like,
it
I don't
okay,
know.
so if you're on the defense, then what is that coming from? You feel a threat? Do you feel like like why, what is the defensiveness then? Why do you feel threatened by, you feel like what you have going on is going to be compromised if he does this? If he goes to school, then what I'm doing is compromised. If that's like a,
Yeah. I mean, it's not, yeah, I feel like that. I'm not saying I don't support anything that he wants to do, but I just feel like why why now? Or why when we discussed this already, or we had like we talked about something and then now it's something else. It's like he doesn't know what, like you said, he doesn't know what he wants to do. Like it's always something else, like something coming up. And it's like I try to be supportive, but it's like,
how do you
dang,
try
can we
how do you
focus on one
try
thing?
how do you try
I
to be
I
supportive?
listen I listen to what he wants to do and I'd be like, okay, and I ask him questions about it, and he talks like anything that he wants to do. Like when it was the Navy stuff, I was trying to be supportive with that. Okay, cool. Still we were talking about that. Then he couldn't get that done. Then it was something else, and then he couldn't get that done. And I try. I just don't. It's just always something else. But it's the only reason why I was saying with the school stuff is because of the hours of the school. Like it was like when I right when I get out of school, like right when I'm trying to get out of school, that's when his school starts. And then it's like in the evening, because evening hours Monday through Friday. So it's like I'm trying to get out of school and you trying to go to school. Like, so we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna manage that. And then you're not gonna be home later that day. And like I don't know. I just felt like the schedule didn't line up with what my schedule is, because my schedule is about to get hectic these next 2 semesters, and I'm gonna be gone for like 12 hours of the day. That was how I was saying it would conflict. Like if it was other days or other hours, I wouldn't have cared. I was okay, cool. But it just seemed like the schedules didn't match up, and my schedule was already set. So it's not like I can, but I see, like, I guess I understand. I don't know. I I don't think I'm that supportive. He did tell me that, like, you feel like I don't support, or I'm not doing certain stuff, but it's just like I just think like what's the point sometimes, like, for what?
Okay. Well, what we have on the board now, we got the Empress in reverse, the Queen of Swords in upright, 10 of Cups in reverse, Father of let me read these the way that they're actually written. I'm gonna say it the other way first, but the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Swords in upright. So how this really reads based off of this deck is the Big Queen, which is the Empress in reverse. She represents celebrations, just pride and heritage and culture, a melody of cultures expressed in uh, a similar fashion. But so it's like, you know how when you hear certain white Southerners say, "I don't see color." Um, please miss me with that. If you, that dilutes, to say color, it dilutes the depth of, who we are. But it also lets me know that you don't have any appreciation of the differences between us, right? So I want you to see me. I want you to identify with me because we are all one. That's a universal law, cosmic law of oneness. We are all one. So associate me with yourself, right? Um, some form of projection of yourself. I'm showing you a strength and a weakness, and you showing me a strength and a weakness as a projection of me. We're all connected. You should recognize and identify and recognize similarities, but you should also identify and recognize um the differences between us. So you know how carnival, how they have carnival, but you have all of the dispersa, you may have St. Lucia, you may have Barbados, you may have Jamaica, even South America, Colombia, Panama, um, everybody celebrating Carnival. They all get dressed up, they all have their flag, they all, do their, dance, and they have their music, they have their food. It's just like a submersion of culture. But they all may have a flag, but they got a different flag. They all have their cuisine, but they cook a little different. They may use a different spice. Um, what have you. That's kind of like the big queen, but she's not like, okay, um, we're out here celebrating carnival, but I feel threatened by your um your outfit versus mine. Oh, you don't cook plantain like this? Oh no, I don't. That's crazy. I don't associate with you. This is the only way you're supposed to cook plantain. Um, this is your dance? Oh, that's not how you do that dance. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. Oh, you make sea moss like this? Oh no, we only do it like that. It's not that. It's, hey queen, I see you. Oh, you from here? I'm from here. And we're all out here in a whole line, taking up got the whole city shut down. Atlanta be shut down during Carnival. Whole city shut down. We out here dancing, having a good time. You know? But here's in reverse. So there's a smothering. There's a no, there's a mama bear. There's a smothering. There's a um, you know, this way, no such thing as that way. There, but we do have the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, not the Queen of Pentacles, but the Queen of Swords that's in the upright right next to her. And so the big queen, which is the Empress, she represents all four queens. She's the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. But here we only have one. She's in reverse because she's not comfortable. This is Venus energy. Venus represents comfort, regalness, royalty. She's out of her element. She 3 out of 4 elements are missing. All we have is swords. Swords is this is giving over protection. This is giving I know best, my way the highway, mommy dearest. This is giving um you know, I'm feeling like a hint of correction almost. And maybe that's why I felt called to just like mention my job as giving like a hint of correction, like a sternness, a coldness. Um it's coming from a place of knowledge. It's coming from a place of um and so it's not like a uneducated guess, right? This is coming from, I know how this is going to turn out, and I'm trying to save you from yourself, right? I see that this is going nowhere, and I'm trying to protect you from this. I don't want you to go down that road because I don't think that's the best thing for you. So there is like, it's given ice, but their ice is water. Water represents love. The element of water represents love. So within the ice there is um heartfelt, intentions, but it's coming off um a little overprotective, a little you know smothering, kind of like restlessness, something like that. I also feel like there is a lack of desire, because right next to this we have the ten of cups in reverse, the ten of baskets in reverse, and we have the father of coins in reverse. So this is giving like there's a little undesiring, like a little bit of motherless child or fatherless child. Is giving some sort of a abandonment um type of energy.
Um,
Some type of abandonment type of energy. And I feel like there could be some overindulgence in the critical mind and the overthinking mind and the yeah, so it's giving overthinking, it's giving overly critical, it's also giving cynical a little bit. Now that is something that's necessary, right? Those are cynicalism, I guess how you say it. That's necessary. However, it's a time and a place for things, right? So here we have Taurusarian Venus energy twice, once with the big queen, which is the empress, and then again with the father of coins, which is in the reverse. And so the father of coins, the king of pentacles, that's Taurus energy, but it has a shadow side of Aries. And so Aries, especially with this this queen of swords in the upright, is giving like Martian like, kind of like warrior, um, but kind of going in without a game plan. That goes back to that prior planning prevents poor performance, right? So it's like
mhm.
there's some necessary attributes here, right? With the protection, with the cynicalism, with the intellect, using intellectual thought, using reason, right? There's a reason, but there's no rhyme, because we have earth and we have water in reverse. So the knives, the swords, mother of knives, six of knives, that's in the upright. So we got reason, but we got water and earth in reverse. There's no rhythm, there's no rhyme, there's no flow. And I think that's what you could focus on right now. Regardless if you feel like it, regardless if you want to. You asked, well, how do I be more supported? How do I, you know, you have the reasoning, okay? We're not taking that away from you. You make some very valid points. And I can absolutely see how the nigga's aggravating. Okay, I can see it. You make some valid points because it's coming from reason. It's coming from intellect. It's coming from your um observation. Um and I feel like it's is coming from a good place. Like you kind of just want him to be situated. You want him to be settled. You want the best for him. Like I said, I don't think that you don't love him. I don't think that you don't want the best for him. I see that you do with this queen of swords in the upright.
I
It's just
do. Yeah, I
it
just over it at this point. But
it's
it's like I want him to do better, like be
I
better.
see that. I absolutely see it. But I also see this high priestess from the cards I pulled before. And again, you seek what you find. You find what you seek. The high priestess is a keeper of secrets, right? This is like you know, the book of knowledge. Good and evil, you know. What spirit is saying is just because it's true doesn't make it righteous. Do you understand that? Um my lieutenant just this week, she was saying what is fair? What does fair mean? Sometimes we see things and we don't think it is right, but it's fair. You know, is it right that you get something easy and I had to work really hard to achieve it? You know, is it right? Is it fair? You know, um, um, is it fair that my older sister gets new clothes and I get hand me downs? You know, what's fair? Well,
Mm.
depending on the financial circumstances, that's absolutely fair. I have nobody to pass clothes down to the oldest sibling. So, of course, you have to buy it new. And just because it's new to her doesn't mean it's new. I could have got this from Goodwill. You don't know, right?
Right.
So, I think that's the point that I'm trying to make is what is fair, right? Just because you have a reasonable mind doesn't mean that it's fair for you to 10 of baskets, 10 of cups in reverse. In reverse, it doesn't mean that it is fair for you to um be not supportive or to stunt his pursuit of happiness or to kind of get annoyed or upset about him changing his mind. It's okay for us to change our minds. How many times did you change your How many times did you ask me, what about this school? What about that school? What about this school? What about that school? How many It's okay for us to change our minds. I know as a wife you want like a certain structure, a certain stability coming from your man because he's supposed to be the leader. You trying to rely on him to guide y'all in a a good direction, but you also chose to marry him knowing that he was not already there. I know that you thought the military was going to be that step there, but there's way more than just that to him.
I see. I see.
Yeah. So spirit is saying the logic is right, is reasonable, but find a rhyme to the reason. And I think that's what I was trying to get at. It took me a long time to get here. I know we said under an hour, we're almost at two. Um, but I think that's what I was getting at with there's something deep inside you where this is coming from. And like I said, it's giving abandonment issues. It's giving um overprotective and smothering type of, it's like you want that nigga situated exactly where you want him and he bet not move. He bet not move. Because this is what I'm familiar with right now. And with all of these changes, I'm trying to hold on to something that's stable, something that's bolted down to the ground, that's not shifting, that's not moving. And this nigga is like gas, just sporadic, bouncing off of you. You know, I know you're taking chemistry, you're a nursing major. You know what how gas moves? No form or fashion.
That's how it's been feeling
Yes.
this whole time.
But
Like
spirit is saying to focus on your rhyme and reason. You cannot control a person. The more you try, the wilder they will get. And that's just on period. That's a grown ass man. Just like you're a grown ass woman. Someone tries to control you, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna do the exact opposite just cause. You know, you cannot control him. What you can do though is give yourself room to grow. What you can do is give yourself room to expand. And as you glow, especially you already have that halo shining upon you, that sun kiss on the back of your neck, as you already have that. So the more you continue to grow and expand, this nigga's gonna get right with you. He's gonna have to get right with you. Otherwise, there will be a replacement. Otherwise, you will be in another position to where he cannot see or interface with you on a spiritual level outside of what y'all have going on with these children. You'll become deified. And so there'll be like a split within y'all's timeline. And I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but Spirit is just saying find a rhythm your reason. Find a rhyme to your reason. You can say words and they can just be so cut and dry. Just, you know. Or you can put those words and those same words and make a poem out of them. And it just sounds so beautiful and elegant. And that's what Spirit is just saying. You need some beauty in your life. But it's in your words. Choose what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. Chat GPT that shit. Type in your text message, whatever you're going to reply to him, what you're going to say to him. Put it in Chat GPT and say, make my words more beautiful, or uh how to say this kindly, something. Shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Spirit is saying be more strategic. That's how we started off. And this is why I say all of this is connected, because your first question was about school, but how you handle school is the same way Spirit is saying to handle this shit. Because not too long ago, I don't think I can do this. I think I'm just going to take a break. I don't know. I don't know about this test. I just can't study. I just can't focus. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. Now you're on my phone. Oh, school's going great. And girl, I had 2 tests. I passed them. I had a high score on the other one. And so, yeah, I'm taking classes and I'm just, trying to be ahead of the ball. Like, I'm not really feeling good. But when I go to school, I feel better. Complete change. The same shit you're talking about your marriage right now is the same attitude you had about school about a year ago, year and a half ago, whatever it was. You focused, you took actions that will make you more successful in school. And look, doing well, progressively doing well. Spirit is saying prior planning prevents poor performance with this 6 of Swords, 6 of Knives. Spirit is saying you're moving towards calmer waters, but there has to be a flow. When someone is paddling with a boat, there's a rhythm. The ocean is the flow. The boat is the flow. But you paddling, that's a rhythm. To keep the flow steady, keep it smooth, there has to be a rhythm. So if you can't keep silent, like Spirit suggested in a previous reading, say something sweet. Make it beautiful. Find the so this could be a journal. This could be a journal. Recognize the similarities and the differences between you and him
Mm-hmm.
and appreciate them for what they are. Appreciate them for what they are. Don't cop out. I don't see color. I don't see a difference. I don't see gender. Gender neutral. None of that bullshit. There are similarities because there are weaknesses and strengths that he reflects to you. You have weaknesses. You have strengths that he brings out of you, that he shows you, and how he presents and how he acts and what he does, and vice versa. There are weaknesses and strengths in him that you highlight. How can we magnify those strengths? And how can we transmute those weaknesses? How can we strengthen them? How can we turn them into positive attributes? How can we exalt each other? How can we uplift each other? How can we inspire each other to where those weaknesses are stepping stones and pedestals? And if you don't remember anything else about this reading, you need to know that spirit is shining a sun kiss above and the back of you. That school is a go. Keep moving forward and progressing. Stay focused. And the last part of this reading, what I just said, similarities and differences, recognize and appreciate them. How can you inspire? How can you exalt and amplify each other to where those weaknesses become pedestals and stepping stones? Do you have any other questions?
Um, think it was about. I wanted to try to get a little job just for financial reasons. Um,
Prosperity lies ahead. We have the new moon in Taurus. I don't, with all of those four of pentacles on the board, I don't feel like you need more finances. I feel like y'all need to manage and maintain what you have now. So you have a marriage counselor, but you might need a financial advisor. Somebody who has done, and it don't have to be nobody that's expensive or no person that, no, like you don't have to hire an accountant, none of that. Just find somebody that knows how to, that that's financially stable. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how you maintain and manage what you have, because you can make more and more and more money and just find something else to spend it on. Find another way to blow it. Find another way to lose it. Hold in your pocket. Spirit is saying to save money.
that's
And
what I've been trying to tell him. I mean, all I've been just trying to tell him is let me manage everything, and he still
and I
doesn't.
already told you, once he gets deployed, he's now gonna have no choice but to let you manage it. Once he gets deployed, it's all you. It's all you. So can you be still? Like Spirit is saying, be still. Conserve
It's
your energy.
it's been a struggle though. It seemed like every time he get paid, we back at square one with not having no money. Like it's just I'm just like, can we just come on and manage this money right? Like I don't see what the problem is. We shouldn't be struggling when you're getting checks. But so he is still looking like deployment with this. He keeps saying he's non-deployable now. So
It
with
said he
this job,
is.
he has, he's a freaking, I don't know what he do now, but
Holy Spirit, is he getting deployed? Ace of Pentacles. Holy Spirit, is he getting deployed? The World card. Holy Spirit, Ace of Swords. Holy Spirit, is he getting deployed? I keep saying this in every reading about deployment. That nigga is getting deployed. Holy Spirit, he might not be going where he thought he was going originally, but he's getting deployed. Holy Spirit, is he getting deployed? Queen of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Holy Spirit, is he getting deployed? The Emperor, Two of Cups. Holy Spirit, is he getting deployed? The King of Swords. Holy Spirit, let me get another deck. Maybe that shit ain't working. Let me get another deck. Holy Spirit, is he getting deployed? Uprights only, yes or no? Holy Spirit, is this man getting deployed? Show me something. We got the Five of Swords. Holy Spirit, is he getting deployed? Got the Moon card. The Moon talks about something hidden, secrets not, the full picture not even being revealed. Ten of Wands talks about coming home from a long journey, with the Nine of Swords, up all night, overthinking, afraid, telling oneself a lot, lying to oneself. Um, let's see. Holy Spirit, is he going to get deployed? Got the Strength card, the Sun card, the Chariot, he's going. Temperance, he better be okay about that. And the Three of Cups, absolutely yeah. Queen of Swords. So as of right now, he don't know it. Cause he think he may have gotten out of it. But oh, do the military have something for him? Oh, don't they have something in store for him? He's not going to see it coming. It may not be to the original location because of his job title now, but he's taking his ass. He's going to get carried on over to deployment.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, yeah. Spirit is saying prosperity lies ahead, release negativity. So the better your perspective becomes, the more prosperous you will see your situation to be. Spirit is saying your dreams need a practical plan. We talked about that, opening up the reading.
Mm-hmm.
Prior planning prevents poor performance. Your dreams need a practical plan. So this is letting me that both of you need some financial literacy. Him more so than you, but both of you can. And North Node, stepping out of your comfort zone. This is talking about this is a life lesson. This is a karmic lesson for you guys, to learn how to work together, to learn how to trust each other, to learn. A man is, for men, there is quite common for men to allow their wives to um take over the checkbook if she's more financially literate than he is. However, you have to show some sort of trustworthiness when it comes to that. You have to show some sort of, I got this managed. I know how to do this and not have us looking crazy. But
Well, I've
also,
been doing that.
hold
I've
on,
been.
wait a minute, hold on. You're saying you've been doing that. But when you
Mhm.
were by yourself in Virginia, it was, oh, I'm sick of doing this by myself. I'm tired, this, that, and the third. Now y'all are together under one roof. So that, and some of the bills that regular people got to pay, y'all don't. And when he comes to you with certain things, your response to him is not necessarily all that graceful. Yes, he's reckless with his mouth as well. There's no reason for him to be bringing up the divorce word, and he know he ain't nowhere near making that decision, that walk. However, you're on my phone several times saying that you don't feel or want to be all that supportive, that you just don't got it in you for this, that, and the third, yet you want to take over the finances and he is the only income. That doesn't sound good. And energetically, it does not feel good. So you need to be getting in a line. That's that Two of Pentacles that we opened up talking about. Balancing. It starts with just your day to day. And then it starts with, now you've already made progression, you already made progress with what spirit has been guiding you to do. Like I said, we fall short, yeah. Everybody do. And some days you just don't feel like it. Some days you do just go ahead and cut somebody out and get it all, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. But you get back on track and you make more progress, you move forward. And so the next time you feeling like that, you may not cuss nobody out. You may be able to drop into a meditation or be able to go work out or be able to whatever and choose to not cuss somebody out. And what will be will be. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be some sort of balance. Some, when it says your dreams need a practical plan, it's time to release negativity. How am I going to upgrade my perspective on my relationship and on my husband, period? Right? Him as a person separate from me, but then us together joined in marriage. How am I going to release negativity? How am I going to upgrade my perspective on him? That's what this whole reading is about. You choosing to choose better. You deciding to choose better. That's what this whole reading is about. So you can't have it where, and this is what's coming out in the cards. This is not me. I'm not here to reprimand you because I know what type of person I am, and there's a lot of work I got to do. However, Spirit is saying you can't take you have to show a consistent and even um best interest. It can't be financially I want the best interest, but then all that other shit you trying to do, that support, I don't care. You can't care about y'all as a couple and you don't care about him individually. And I'm not saying you don't care about him individually, but energetically, that is imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, you are the better option to take over the finances. However, it's a reason why it hasn't been done yet. There's a reason it hasn't been done yet. Especially when y'all are every other month throwing around the divorce word. He said it and you said it.
Mhm.
So like I said, it has to even out consistently. There has to be a consistent across the board best interest. So the way that you feel about taking over these finances so you can put y'all in a better financial position. The last reading already said that. It already said, yo, if you take over the finances, y'all will be in a better financial position. It already said that, so we know that. That's no question. That's what I'm saying. You have the reason, but there's no rhyme to it. There has to be a reason and a rhyme. Not just a reason, not just a rhyme. It goes hand in hand. It has to be balanced. It's a skill. So the reason is, yeah, if you take over the finances, absolutely, y'all will be in a better financial position easily. But the rhyme is, if you don't support my endeavors, if you're tossing around a divorce word every other month, and then the other months I'm saying it, if everything you easily angered or you're easily annoyed or agitated, or I know I can say this and prick you and upset you and disturb you, then why would I turn this over to you? You know what I'm saying? I
Well,
give you access, and how do I know
that's
you're
true.
not going to wire all of my shit to another bank and then divorce me the month after? How do I
But
know you're not,
what
you know? And then
simply
two, And then two, I feel like him not giving you more access to it is a way of torment in and of itself. I feel like it could be that in his mind, it's like, oh, I know this is what you want to do. I'm not going to do it just because I know that's a way to pick at you. Financial abuse is abuse as well. Just like y'all are verbally abusive to each other,
But that's crazy because why would you want to sit here and struggle knowing we barely can get groceries, we barely can do
that
stuff. Why
doesn't
would you just want
matter.
to sit here
That
and
that
struggle? That's
that no, that absolutely does not matter. What I said matters. He's not, this is perspective. Y'all are both looking at the life mountain, but from different perspectives. You're saying, well,
yeah.
why you want to see us struggle? He's like, how much am I going to struggle if I give this over to you and you holler divorce every other month? How do you don't support me? I don't even know if you like me at this point. We had the Empress in reverse with the 10 of Cups in reverse next to the King of Pentacles in reverse. That's like a lack of desire. Do you even desire me? You know? Do you
Yeah.
even like me? You know? That means a hell of a lot. And it also is materialism. The 4 of Pentacles came out 3 times from 3 different decks. That is materialism. So it's not about your perspective and you arguing your perspective. That's that king, that's that the Queen of Swords is going to argue her perspective. I'm right. It doesn't matter if you're right if it comes off unfair. It doesn't matter if you're right if it comes off unjust. It doesn't matter if you're right if you make me feel this way when you said it. It doesn't matter. He's not on the phone with me listening to what Spirit says. So he doesn't know or care that if he hands over the finances to you that it will y'all will be in a better position. He's thinking, and I'm telling you what he's thinking. I'm not, this is not up for debate or argument. I'm telling you what he's thinking. What if I give her these damn finances and she put all my money, save a couple of checks and put all my money in another bank account, have access to it and divorce me? What, and then end up getting half or whatever. We don't have one kid, we got 2 now. What if I do this and then out of spite she don't give me access to my finances? What if I want to do this and because she doesn't think it's a good idea, she doesn't give me access to the finances to support it? What if these are the things that he's thinking? So you want to focus on why it don't make sense. You want to focus on your argument and why it's right, how you're telling the truth. No one is debating that. No one's disputing that you're right. No one is disputing that what you're saying is the truth. But it still does not change the fact that you have a reason with no rhyme. The reason is the reasoning you take over the finances. The
I'm
rhythm
not
is the rhythm is how as you as his wife is going to gain his trust and his heart to relinquish the finances to you. That's the magic. The high priestess is very magical. Like I said, that book, whatever, it's the book of secrets, whatever you seek, you shall find. She can make anything appear in that book. And that should be the magic of a wife. You should have his heart in your hand. That book of secrets, whatever you seek, you shall find, that should be his heart in your hand. And so whatever you need, you just mold that heart into what it is that you need. Whatever you want and desire, you just mold his heart into whatever that is. That's the magic. But how do you do that? Aren't you a magical being? Don't you have the sun kissed on the back of your neck? Don't you have access? Aren't you so creative? This is what Spirit is telling you, to be quiet and listen. If you can't practice that when you are hearing from Spirit, there's no way you're going to practice that when you are with Him. Spirit is saying that you just need the rhyme. You got the reason. Your head is clear. The messages are clear. You know what's up. You are far from dumb. Come on. But where is the rhythm? The rhythm is the beat of the heart. The rhythm is the love. The rhythm is the kindness. The rhythm is the smile when you greet him. You know how to say you smile? I can hear you smiling on the phone. That's you. That man should be hearing you smile on the phone. That's the only, you show him sweetness. You know how they say you get more um you get more bees with honey or something like that. You get more sweetness with honey or whatever, however the term goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do. That's how you do. Spirit is saying that is how you do. It doesn't matter if you're right, if it's unfair. We got the four swords. Spirit is saying to drop down to peace. Where's your center? Where's your grounding? What grounds you? If I ask you that right now, if I tell you to write down 5 things that ground you should be able to write that shit down, no problem. But I guarantee you, if I say right now, 5 things that ground you, maybe 1 or 2 things you will come up with. There should be multiple lines of grounding. Like I say, multiple streams of income, multiple lines of defense. Chain of commands is always multiple layers. Multiple layers. There should be more than 5 actually, but there should be at least 5 things that ground you, that you could immediately pull yourself into. And they should be practiced on a daily. Now we have the Two of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. That's how I know. The focus is not on the right thing. The Four of Swords is to meditate. It's to concentrate. It's to focus. It's the you're on a bus ride and you got time to just clear your mind. You got time to just think. It's like intermittent fasting, but meditation. So you know how some people they'll go like 12 hours without eating. So from 6 to 6 they don't eat anything or something like that. This is like intermittent meditation. So on my lunch break, I'm going to meditate. On my commute to wherever, I'm going to put on some frequency hertz and meditate. I'm going to zoom out. It's like zooming out from the world and finding your inner stillness, finding your inner peace. Two of Pentacles is in reverse here. So there's like an instability. There's like a dizziness. There's a dizziness. And that dizziness will have your head swimming and make you sick, nauseous. That dizziness. We got the Ace of Swords here. You're righteous. Everyone is. Everyone believes that what they did was justified. Everyone believes what they say is justified. Unless you're a liar. Now, if you're a liar, obviously you know. But for the most part, people believe in themselves. They believe that what they're talking about is what it is for real. But that's everyone, not just you, not just me, not just him. And then we got the Hierophant. speak your truth within your marriage. But that two of pentacles in reverse, there's a dizziness here because there's a back and forth. And then so we go from, oh, this is a good day, to this whole to the next week we're arguing every day. We're alternating throwing daggers. We're it's imbalance. But spirit is saying you focus so much on him that you have lost your rhythm. You've lost your rhyme. Make it poetic. Be the poetry. You be the poetry in your ministry. Ace of Swords, the Hierophant. How do you minister to yourself? And then how do you minister to him? What is your ministry? What do you specialize in when it comes to yourself? What do you specialize in when it comes to him? All of these are journals that you can do to sit with yourself and take accountability, and also show yourself some freaking compassion and show him some compassion. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't, but take accountability. Admit there are times where I know my mouth is a double. I know my mouth pierces, and I know exactly where it's gonna hit. Bullseye. I know, because when the last time you put you put your hands on them? It's been a minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's progress right there. Like, I ain't trying to choke this nigga out. He aggravating, but he ain't. I'm doing better about my hands. Show yourself some freaking compassion, but be honest. And this is something that you journal. These things that I'm posing to you now, these are things that you journal just in private to yourself. You know how we used to have like little diaries when we was little girls? Be like, ooh, this boy in this class
Mm-hmm.
with the glass. Oh my God. And you try to hide it under something like, nobody, can't nobody ever see it. You don't ever have to tell nobody the answers to these questions. This is just you and yourself, between you and you. That's it. And you can be as honest as you want to be. You can shy away from something. You can be bold with something else. You can revisit, like, okay, that's too deep. I'm coming back to it later. And whenever later comes, that's when you come back to it. Be patient with yourself. He is a projection of you. And how you treat yourself is going to be how you treat him. I've noticed that the more I focus on my inner peace, the more kind I am to other people. Because I'm not, I love people, but I don't necessarily like interfacing with them. And the more consistent I am with just being at peace, being happy, doing things, pursuing my happiness, really, the more consistent I am with being kind to other people, the more I'm able to hold my tongue. Because I used to just, I talk about a dagger. That's how I know. That's how I can say this about you guys. Because Spirit is saying it, and then I know for myself. I would say whatever. I would say whatever, however it comes out. I'm getting way better. I made a lot of progress with that. Like, I'll just be like, yo, and I feel righteous about it because I'm being honest, I'm being open. But some things people are not ready to hear right now. Some people can hear it right now, but not like that. Some people can hear it right now, they can hear it like that, but not from me. So these are all things to consider. The more I consider myself, I just become naturally more considerate of others. I'm already an understanding person. I'm a very understanding person. But to show someone consideration is a different thing. So I feel like the more at peace you come with yourself, take intermittent meditations. like what is it, intercessions, concession, like you know
Yeah.
how you go to a play and it may be like a 4-part play and they'll have like an intermission, they'll have like an intermission in between each segment of the play, where you can go get a refreshment, go get drinks. They're able to
Mhm.
redo the scenery on the stage, stuff like that. That's what Spirit's saying. Take intermissions. This is the Four of Swords. Take intermissions, because the intermissions are going to help you balance out the dizziness of the day, the dizziness, the convoluted energy, the sporadic, off the wall gas energy. The intermissions are going to help you to reel that in. Like, okay, I'm chilling. You know, I can find peace in within. Okay. About the finances, so this is what I'm saying. We had Taurus and Venus in reverse in the last. When it comes to the finances, we have Taurus and Venus in the upright. We have New Moon and Taurus, prosperity lies ahead, and then we have the Empress in the upright. The Empress in the upright. So financial change is coming. Financial stability is coming. But I really feel like it has something to do with your perspective. I don't feel like it has anything to do with you going out to get another job. I feel like it just has everything to do with your perspective and how y'all manage. We got the Star card and we got the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles does talk about work. Let me see. It, and then we have the Four Wands. So, working on you and him, working on your marriage, working on how you manage and maintain, right? That's really what it is. Working on stability, working on that. I don't see, and then we have the Queen of Cups. I don't see that you're getting that you're going to get a job. I feel like you could if you wanted to. However, I don't feel like that's going to be what helps you. I don't feel like that's what's going to be what helps you. Eight of Wands in reverse. That Eight of Wands is about energy. It's about forward movement, but it's in the reverse. So I feel like if you want a job, you can get one. But I don't feel like that's going to be the answer that you're looking for or that you think that it is. I feel like if you get a job, it may cause a delay in something else. So it may bring in more money, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be financial stability. A job does not equal financial stability. So I'm stressing this. Can you get a job right now? Yes. Is it going to bring financial stability like you think? No. What is going to bring financial stability? Managing and maintaining what you have and focusing on yourself and how you show up in your marriage. Um, Getting a job may cause a delay or a derailment in something else. So if you get a job, there may be something else that suffers, which could be Queen of Cups. It could be your presence with your baby, with the one you already have now. I don't want to say the name, but with the one you already have now, it could be more time away from him. It could be um an emotional attachment that comes from having this job. You can also get an emotional attachment from it. um it could cause frustrations elsewhere. That's what I mean about emotional attachment. With this Eight of Wands in reverse and this Queen of Cups, there could be some sort of frustration that you gain, or some sort of resentment that you gain, and that causes another emotional attachment. So you already have a few streams of emotions, right? You're pregnant, that comes with its own emotional um fluctuation. You're married, you already have a child, you're in school, you've gone through so many changes, life-changing changes within the short amount of time. So you have a few emotional streams already. If you get a job, it's going to add another emotional stream, and it's going to frustrate you while you're pregnant. So is this a wise decision? Spirit is saying you decide. You
Mhm.
decide if this is a wise decision or not. Holy Spirit, give me more insight. We have the world. Yeah, the world here. Start in reverse. The start otherwise was it was upright, the first one to come out. This is in reverse. Got the world. Yeah, I see that this adds strain and tension. We have the chariot in reverse and we have temperance. Temperance is the glass half full or is it empty? Is the water in the glass or is it in the ocean? And is it a mirror or is it real? We're at the beach, but are we enjoying the scenery? Or are we trying to overthink and figure things out? What do you believe? Temperance is saying it's not about what you make, it's about how you maintain it, how you manage it. Chariot is not forward movement, right? I feel like that. I don't feel like that's a wise choice, but that's for you. If you really want to get a job, you can always get a job, and if it doesn't work out, you can always just resign. It's no big deal, and I think that is really the moral of this whole entire reading. It's no big deal. Let's not make it a big deal. You know, our perspective is everything, but it's really nothing at all. I mean, that's as real as it gets. You have any more questions or I know I've been talking and talking and talking, but Spirit had a lot to say today.
It's okay. Um, not really. I was gonna ask about something pertaining to my baby.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. I was just gonna say like, is it still giving boy energy? So I'm like, I want to do a gender reveal, but I'm like, I really don't want
Girl,
to.
if you're gonna do a gender reveal, what is you asking me for?
I don't want to do one for me though.
Oh, you
I
wanna
mean,
know.
I want to know. I feel like it's a boy because of my symptoms and stuff, but I really don't know. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like I feel it, but my mom, she like, I want to know. I want to know the gender, and I'm like, girl, it's a boy. But I'm just like, is it still giving boy? I'll be surprised if it's a girl, cause
I would be
man,
surprised as well. I think
cause
I think every last one of those um pregnancies except for one was a boy. There was I believe there was like female energy one time.
one, you're not getting no more candy. Where's the one that was in your mouth? What? Where?
That's funny. Aquarius came out. We're asking about gender, and Aquarius came out.
Oh yeah,
Aquarius.
cause the due date is January, the beginning of January, but I wanna
So that's
try to
what
do like,
Capricorn energy.
where's the candy you had? Where's the candy you had? Did you drop it? Where? Let me see. Where? I don't see it. Where? Get up.
I'm not taking all of these. Just like one or two cards, please and thank you.
Yeah. It's not. There's nothing on it. Here. I'll give me another piece.
Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles came out. Ten of Pentacles um is okay. So you have female, yeah, not female. Let's say this. You have feminine, and then you have feminine masculine, like androgynous. But like, okay, so you have feminine, and then you have androgynous feminine. You have masculine, and then you have androgynous masculine. So I have Aquarius come out, which is androgynous masculine, but with Aquarius, Aquarius gives off a little gender neutral. Hold on real quick.
Stop. Put it back. Stop putting your hands in your mouth. That's how your hands get dirty. Eat the horn.
Okay, I'm back. So I feel like with Aquarius, I feel like this is like one or two things. It's a possibility that the baby could come in Aquarius season um instead of Capricorn season, so the baby might be a little late coming out. Also it's it's given that um it could the gender could be unexpected. So it could be that you're expecting a boy and it ended up being a girl. Or it could be hard for the doctors to see what gender it is. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it could very well be a boy, but we may not necessarily know that until it comes out because the baby may have his legs crossed every time you go to the doctor, or he may be turning a certain type of way, and the doctor's like, you know what, we can take a blood test and try to figure it out, but I don't feel like you'll find out conventionally. So these are the options. These are the possibilities. Is what I'm trying to say. Either you're unable to actually see the gender, for a while. The baby could be late. Delivered late. Just he might just want to stay in the oven a little longer. Um, or it could be that you expect one gender and it's something else. Then we have the um. then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is what's this? Virgo energy. Virgo is the perfected man, right? So that gives boy, but the Ten of Pentacles is a feminine androgynous card. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember a few times we got just masculine energy, like masculine, masculine. It was no question about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like kind of questionable. It's kind of questionable. Um, and I don't know if that has something to do with it because it was like you had the extra was it you had an extra sack or something like that? Um, I don't know why it's coming off like this. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the baby just don't want to tell you what it is yet. Maybe something about and then both cards are purple. Thanks, Spirit. Yeah,
And
we
then
got
my
the
husband, my husband keeps saying, "Oh, she can't have no girls. She gonna always have boys. Like, how you gonna tell me what I'm gonna have?"
it comes from the male. The male decides the gender of the baby. But I just got the death card, which is 13. It's Friday the 13th, by the way.
Mm,
Right.
that ain't
uh,
good.
well, people always say that, but 13 is a good number and Friday is a good day. But people always
I
say
guess.
Friday the 13th is not good. I don't know why people say that. I guess maybe because of the movie, but I never saw that movie. But
Yeah.
anyway, um this is the death card. This is the Scorpio card. The Scorpio card deals with the reproductive system, but it also deals with changes and transformations. The person on this card is a female, but she's cutting her hair and she looks very androgynous, and she has on black and kind of like tomboyish. So honey, I don't damn know.
I don't know at this point.
I don't know. I can't
Like
call it.
what's
I wish I could be like, oh,
uh,
this is giving boy, this is giving boy, but this is really giving just like it's giving very androgynous. Like we just don't know, and I don't think it's meant for us to know right now. I really don't think it's meant for us to know right now. Um, but I would say maybe just get some gender neutral stuff. I don't know, because the baby may
I've
just.
been picking out boy stuff this whole time. Not picking out stuff, but I just been saving stuff, and everything been boy.
But you know what? You know what's funny? The colors that used to be associated with girls were blue. But now that's like blue is like a baby boy color. But that used to be the color for girls, you know?
We're not getting no more. So
So I don't
yeah.
know. Anyway, yeah, I don't think spirit wants us to know. But I would definitely prepare for a late delivery, and also um the doctor may not be able to see the gender straight way. You know, I guess what how far along are you when when the doctor can tell you what the gender is?
Well, I can do a blood test
Yeah.
around
I
12
think
weeks, but 20 weeks I think is when they do the full thingy.
yeah, like where you see the genitals of the baby.
Yeah.
I don't, so you might have to do the blood test with that Aquarius energy coming out. I don't see that the baby just shows his little private parts. You know, the baby might be a little choosy. They don't want everybody to see the private parts. You know, I don't know if it comes up on the sonogram or not. I don't think it does. I think you might have to do the blood test. Yeah, so here we go. We got Pisces energy again. I feel like you might I feel like yeah, so the gender is going to be hidden because I feel like that's what you desire. Spirit is not about to tell me the gender of the baby right now. And that's crazy, but okay, whatever, you know? But I feel like you and your heart know what you know. And like I said, you tapped in, so you definitely know. So if you feel like the baby is a boy, then that's what I would lean towards because we have this Pisces energy. It says meditate and contemplate. This is just your energy. Pisces is very feminine, but I feel like this is your energy, and I feel like you have access to the little fish that's in your stomach, and you can channel that information. It may come to you like in a dream or so, or like you may just have like a vision, like a flash vision where you see your child. Um, yeah, like you may like just you're just going about your. This is how it's coming down to me. You're just going about your normal day, and you just have a flash vision of your baby, and the baby may appear older. So the baby, when you have a vision of it, the baby may appear to be like 2 or 3 years old, or your son's age. So how old is your son right now? He's 3 or 4.
3.
3. So yeah, when you have you just going about your day, you may be at the grocery store, you may be whatever, and you just have a vision of your unborn child right now as a 3-year-old, and you may see his gender or her gender. You know what I'm saying? Like the baby will appear to you as a boy or a 3-year-old boy or a 3-year-old girl. That's what I'm getting. Um, and it could be like when you're doing something that alters your state of mind, like driving or washing dishes or listening to a song, something that, or like when you're half asleep, something that alters your state of mind, that you do repetitively. I feel like that's when you may have your flash vision, and you'll see your child, you'll see your unborn child as an older child, and that would tell you what gender, excuse me, what gender the baby is. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think you already kind of know and feel it, but spirit will give you confirmation on how you feeling. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't come up with nothing other than that. But
That's okay.
Yeah, honey girl, we've been on this phone for what?
I know.
But
It's
it's
the longest
cool.
I ever been on the phone with you. My mom be like, I be on the phone with her for 2 hours. I be like, what?
That's because her but be I be trying like to I be talking to her the same way I be talking to you, honey. I be
They
like,
be
listen.
talking.
But that's just how it goes. But it's all good. It's all cool. I'm glad the baby is healthy and fine. I already knew the baby would be. So just take care of
Yes.
yourself.